See, now when I saw you, knew that I saw you. Should I see you leaving? I am coming too. Ooh, I'm moving in closer. You know I'm coming for you. I'm getting ready, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Ooh, baby, ooh, I'm getting even closer. And boy, I'm coming for you. Baby, you're not even coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Ooh, baby, coming for you. Coming for you. Coming for you. Ooh, baby. You said I think I'll call you. I just said by that I won't answer. You laughed and said how to play it cool, and I know you won't be there. See, just a note by mail. Must have been 2 weeks later. I've been a good boy, never called you. Meet me at the club tonight. 12 o'clock, I think it was a quarter past, and then you.
Good morning, folks. Today is Thursday, June 4th, 2026. It is 9:56 a.m. Yeah, you heard me. I am out and about live streaming before 10 a.m., although I just did a video before this. It's about 23 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at the newly expanded CIBC Square Park, and I'm getting a whole bunch of notifications on my phone. Oh, it looks like we're in a bit of a free fall in the markets. I guess I'll deal with that after the stream. And I see some people in the chat. Alicia Lewis, Carolyn, Diva Tequila, Alexis, Carolyn, again, Jeanette Morales is here, Marioland, and everyone else. Thank you so much for tuning in. Brian is here. So I just did a video that was a bit of an early morning walk, and I went through part of the path and I made my way to this newly reopened part of CIBC Square. I've just been chilling here for a little bit, just kind of taking a bit of a break, setting up the stream. So we're going to be heading out and about in a moment. Mohit says, what a beautiful day. I'm headed north to Caledon for a hike. That sounds awesome. I hope you have a great hike up in Caledon. Hello, Mariana. Let me just check to make sure you can see and hear everything A-okay. Mohit says, what a beautiful day. But yeah, this opened up very recently. This part of CIBC Square Park has been open since 2021. That was part of the first 2 towers in this project, but this year the last phase of the project opened up. There's still a bit of construction, but they've opened up what they can. So how neat is this? Bird's eye view of the rail corridor looking east. Are all those trees in front of me metallic? That does appear to be the case. Greetings, Sweet Aura 416. And Daniel, I think I see a train possibly rolling in. But this is over top the rail deck. So just to the north here is the financial district. Although because of this tower, we don't get much of a view. I think there's going to be a cafe right underneath where I am. But this is just after the afternoon or the morning rush hour. I hear a train. And it looks like the park is going to extend over there. Look at that. Choo-choo. There goes an eastbound GO train. Hello from a very rainy Lancashire in the UK. Yeah, we're having a beautiful day. It's supposed to get up to 27. GO train is lurching out of here. So I've explored half of this park many times, but this new park, or this new part that's just opened, not so much. What a nice treat this will be for the people that work in these office towers. So I'm thinking of where I want to go. I don't really have a set plan in mind just yet. Well, we can go that way, but it's all full of construction workers. There's the Pinnacle Sky Tower. Greetings, Leo Chung. Stradarius Summer. I don't know about that. But thank you for tuning in. Friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit that bell. I go live 3-4 times a week. If you want to be notified when I go live, although most of you in the chat probably do have that bell clicked already. We're going to get a nice view up Bay Street. Yeah, it's quite early for me, Mark D. Normally I'm in bed with my laptop watching the morning premiere. In fact, when I was recording a video just before this, my alarm kept going off, telling me to wake up. The sun gleaming off the RBC Tower. The Royal York. To the south of me is the South Core District. Let's go south a little bit. Why not? To get here, I entered on street level and I ended up taking an elevator because the escalators were closed off. I don't normally praise the big banks, but CIBC or whoever, I guess they probably just branded the buildings, but the developers, I think, did the city a solid. This is an excellent spot. And it looks like a cafe is going to open up out here. And just a reminder, if you want to be part of the chat, you do have to be subscribed, but it's completely free. There's a very friendly community on this channel. I don't see any mods yet. It's alright. I will do some modding myself. You better be on your best behavior. I'm quite cruel. Lay down new sod. That can be really hard to take sometimes. Hey, Medano's here. Alright, you're going to have to be on your best behavior. Good to see you, Medano. Thanks for tuning in. All good now? I did an e-bike video yesterday. That's probably going to be up on the channel tomorrow. And I had thoughts of doing an e-bike live stream yesterday, but the sun was so damn bright. It would have been hard to see the chat while I was streaming. Look at that. There's a whole lot of work going on that side of the rail corridor. Watch out for the head-pecking birds. The dreaded red-winged blackbird. Yeah, last live stream I did, I got attacked. So you can access this park from this building, the new building, or this staircase. And there are washrooms just upstairs next to the park. Let's go towards Love Park. Why not? Everyone's telling me to watch out for the birds. Hey, Karen and Mark Foley. Starling's been attacked many a time by red-winged blackbirds. Here's where the Raptors and Maple Leafs play, Scotiabank Arena. Crossing Lakeshore Boulevard West. Heather Briggs, hello, another hot day. Yeah, low 20s right now, but it's supposed to get up to 27. I got on the subway at Eglinton Station and it was packed. I get on around 11 or 8:30, which is when I used to get on when I worked in the financial district. And boy, do I not miss that. Waiting at a packed subway platform, cramming onto a packed train, just standing there, trying not to get in anyone's way, keeping your hands to yourself, which can be a challenge when there's literally bodies pressed into you on all sides. I'm going to go this way on Harbor Street. Greetings, Estelle. Math doctors in the house. We're well over 200 viewers. Thank you, guys. I know a lot of the West Coasters are still in bed. But sometimes you just gotta stream a little early, right? Union Square, Monaco. There's the Harbor 60. I think that's actually one of the busiest restaurants in the whole city. It's a fantastic steak restaurant. You all know who gets my vote as the best steak restaurant, but you'd be doing no wrong if you went there. Yeah, when I made that short of the bird attack yesterday, I thought of putting in a clip of the previous bird attack as well. But I thought, nah, we'll just leave it at the one. Coming soon, Pure Simple, breakfast and lunch. Franchises available. Good morning, Kaylee is a bird. Nice breeze ripping through here. Park hours, 5:30 till midnight. Better not come here at 12:01. Some police might come and tackle you. They've been known to do that for minor non-offenses. Guy looks pretty realistic. In memory of Claude Cormier, landscape architect, 1960 to 2023. Seems like a fitting place to put that. Hey, Dirk G is here. They've got a little off-leash zone for doggos in this park. There, Briggs loves the city, you and me both. Can't stay, but howdy to y'all, says Math Doctors. They found the most perfect tree to put in there. Oh, I know what we can do. They're building this floating thingamajig. At Harborfront Center. I know I went through the Harborfront Center a few streams ago, so we're not going to dilly-dally around that same space I've already been to recently too long, but I heard they're building a floating soccer pitch there. So that's two really nice new parks we've checked out here. This one being Love Park. That tree already existed before the park, says RMD BTO. Some people were freaking out when this water turned green right after they first opened the park, but that was all part of the natural filtration system. Look north up York Street. This is Queens Quay. Sebastian asking who's going to watch the World Cup this year. I'm not like super pumped for it or anything. Gotta make sure we're crossing the Martin Goodman Trail here and no cyclists are going to rip through. So I just want to see what's going on. With that big floating thingamabobber. Hey, Marge is here, Vivian's here. Christina, Derek Chow. Remember the big rubber duck? Remember that? There's what I came to see. I think Sport is sponsoring this. Inflatable soccer pitch. That's what this is gonna be, apparently. Jeanette towards Thursday lunchy, which will be on order right after this live stream. Thank you, Jeanette. That guy must be an official photographer or something, but thank you so much, Jeanette. 10 Trump bucks. Hope all is well in Houstonia. And they're ramping up for FIFA down here. Oh, all right.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you know when it's opening?
Well, we'll close it, and then you can walk the boardwalk and come back. We won't be able to.
Oh, we can't go that way either?
You can go around like this, but
All right.
go around like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, they have completely blocked off the harbor front here. He said it's going to open in a few minutes. Oh well. Damn FIFA. We're hosting a small handful of games and they're making it seem like the whole city is being taken over. H-Town is ramping up for FIFA. You would think we were one of the main hosts given how much effort and expense is going into this. Look at this little soccer pitch right here. Let's see what it says. Jumpstart. Jumpstart community pitch. Canadian Tire Sport Check marks The government of Canada, we are paying for this. I'm no genius investor, but that doesn't seem like that's gonna pay for itself. And good morning, Johnny and friends, to you as well. Well, the city doesn't want us down on the waterfront, apparently. Ping pong tables. Is that for like a movie shoot or something? Look at that van. Look at that. That thing has been properly tagged. Oh, look at this. We're being sniped. Hello. They blocked off Harbourfront Center.
The whole thing?
It's Mark D.
I have something for you.
Dropping an in-person.
Do you have the Bridges keychain
I do not.
and the gift card?
And gift cards. Can I show this on stream? Mark D, one of our longtime viewers. Super friendly person. Oh, Queens Harbor.
I haven't been there for a while,
This is going to turn into a steak frites.
right? I know.
I'm not even going to try anything else. Thank you so much, Mark D. So kind. And we got a snazzy Jay's keychain. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. How did you know this was exactly what I wanted?
I just know.
Now, can you hold this for a second? I want to put these in my...
What kind of watch is that?
It's a Mads Fit. It's like a...
You like it?
Yeah, it's like a cheap brand, but the battery's a very long time.
So where are you off to now?
Probably gonna go north, maybe up Simcoe. Where are you off to?
Go to Starbucks.
What's your drink there?
Try different kinds.
Which Starbucks? Oh, that one? All right, well, thank you so much. Mark D, everyone. With the keychain, Queens Harbor gift card. Well, enjoy. I'd buy your Starbucks. Well, thank you so much. All right, take care. Always fun to meet her. I think she lives by the waterfront. I usually get, when she does snipe, it's in this area. But thank you, Mark D. That is so kind and generous of her. A gift card to just an amazing restaurant. The first time I went there, Mark D was there. Brad Palmer was there. Marie Palmer was there. A bunch of viewers were there. Some visitors from the US were there. And that was my first introduction to eating at that restaurant. And it was fantastic. So I went back again and had another steak frites there. Really, really great stuff. All right, I wanted to go up Simcoe, but it's so nice here. Maybe we'll just stick to Queens Quay for a bit. Just got a nice calm breeze, probably from the lake. Less noisy traffic. Lisa is here. You missed it earlier, Lisa. I got attacked by a wild boar. It bit me on the head in the live stream, so I think that should warrant a sympathy super chat from you. But good to see you, Lisa. I also dropped my camera in the toilet. There's Queens Harbor. There's where that gift card is too. You're gonna have to make some reservations. Perhaps hit the patio. The Amsterdam Brew House is right behind it. I don't know how well this restaurant does in the winter. This is the type of location that in the summer there are zero issues getting here, but in the winter, for a lot of people, especially people coming from the financial district, it's kind of annoying. But I think their summer business probably more than makes up for it. It's an absolutely massive restaurant. Karen wants to go there so bad. Well, I recommend it. This is a Sky Dome. I went up into HTO Park West on the Sunday afternoon live stream. That was the last stream I did on this channel in May. Lisa says I'm out early, eh? Yeah, I did a video before this. Not quite Yogi's sunrise stream. I recorded an e-bike ride yesterday. That should be on the channel for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. If not, it'll be Saturday's video. But sometimes you gotta get your lazy ass out of bed. And we've hit over 300 viewers. I know Bill Chow and some viewers on the West Coast aren't fans of these earlier videos, but oh well. It is so calm and peaceful down here. As Lisa tells me to calm down, Mr. Productivity. Yeah, the guy who walks around for a living, being so productive. Hey, Toronto's doo-wop music guy is here. Good to see you again the other week. Oh, we got a fire truck. That guy on the bike almost ran the red light and made the fire truck stop. And then the fire truck lost its light. So there's an example of a vehicle blocking the crossing. But you cannot blame the driver at all. In fact, props to that truck driver or fire truck driver. But yeah, too many people just fly through these red lights here. When I'm on my bike, red lights are an absolute. I always stop. Stop signs I treat as yield signs. Hopefully the police don't gang tackle me for doing that. Restricted area. That's a restricted area down there. Hey, John Nicholson is here. Bald thinning, it doesn't have to look like it. TorontoSMP.ca. I think if I was going bald, I'm very fortunate not to. Especially at my age, no gray hairs. Not balding, but if I was, I think I would own it. I mean, that's easy for me to say. There's that YouTuber Bald and Bankrupt. Harold Balder. There's a bunch of YouTubers in that genre. Jay Stroll says I'm lucky. What's crazy is when I first went to Korea, I was 27. And one of the Korean teachers there was like, no way you're not coloring your hair. My hair was a lot blonder back then. But she was just under the impression that like white dudes aged like shit. I was like, where's your gray hair? I was like, I don't have any. That was when I was 27. This is 19 years later. Lisa's never dyed her hair. I did once in high school. I had a girlfriend who made me do it We dyed it jet black, believe it or not. And there's a few photos floating around of me with my jet black hair that shall not be revealed. This is one of the many wave decks. You get a view of the airport. All right, there's Spadina. Let's go over to Bathurst, maybe. And I went this way recently, so let's stick to Queen's Quay here. Oh. Yeah, no problem. Oh, awesome. Do you have like a social media or anything?
I'm on the news right now.
Oh, I've got 300-400 viewers right now. If you want to shout out your
It's cycling the number 4 cancer.
cycling for cancer. Awesome. Let me just put my camera down. So where'd you start?
Goderich, Ontario. I'm going to Newfoundland and then all the way to BC for a second year.
Holy cow. Vertical or I'll do both ways.
Yeah. Awesome.
Your name?
Tom Barnett. If you Google me, I'll pop up everywhere.
Awesome.
Thank you very
Maybe
much.
the same to
brother.
me, Johnny Strides.
Johnny Strides? Hey.
All right.
Appreciate that, boss. Thank you.
Well, happy, and thank you for doing what you're doing.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All
very
right,
much.
ride safe. Holy cow, a true hero. I think he was like, okay, this crappy little YouTuber is trying to tell me to Google him. But look that guy up. Maybe there's a way to support him or the cause. Well, I think that's what it's all about. As someone who has probably lost half of my family to a form of, or one form of cancer or another. Gotta truly appreciate what that man is doing. I said I wasn't going to come in here, but we're just taking a peek. What would normally be a very beautiful space if it weren't for the noisy construction. Yeah, let's go this way just to skip that construction. Was that a Terry Fox statue? That's a good question. That would be super appropriate if it was. I should have got a selfie with him and posted that on my Insta. That's the last thing that comes to my mind. Lisa says, yeah, Ahmad, if you can approve any links to that guy's IG, I'm assuming that's what he's using. Whenever someone gives me their phone to take pictures, I just assume horizontal and vertical. Also, it's digital, so I take like 20 pictures. I just keep hammering away. on the shoot button. It's not like the old days of having a disposable camera where you only get a few chances. Someone says, look at this. Look at that view. Oh yeah, that beautiful willow tree over there. I'm a little more into this view here. Hey, Mark D, yeah, hopefully you got a delicious drink from Starbucks. Thank you so much, Mark D, for saying hello. And the gift card and the Blue Jays keychain. You got a cool lime drink. At first I read that as cod lime drink, and I'm like, cod? Who wants to drink cod? That sounds refreshing. But there's the renovated malting silos. Such a cool thing to preserve that and repurpose it rather than just take the wrecking ball to it. .509 Harborfront, and this is Dan Leckie Way, but we're going to go to Bathurst. If you're just joining us, I started off at CIBC Square in the newly expanded park. Went south down Bay to Harbour, over to Love Park and the Harborfront Center. Now we're walking along Queens Quay. Got a visit from Mark D on the way.
Exactly.
So Little Norway Park is across the street. You could go left here, down to Billy Bishop. And that is the stretch where that dude was tackled. We're at the foot of Bathurst Street here. And good to see everyone. We're up to nearly 400 viewers. Do like, subscribe, or dislike and unsubscribe if you don't like it. And hit that bell to be notified when I go live next. Could be tomorrow, could even be tonight. I might do a short bike stream. Enjoying your videos? Thank you. From Liverpool in the UK. Hey, Marie Palmer is here. I was just talking about that time we were at Queen's Harbor with Mark D. Liam and a few other viewers were there. And Brad, of course. Never really noticed that really old apartment building there. It's surrounded by condos. There's plans to turn that into a high-rise. That's where Channel 47 Cable 4 used to broadcast from, which later became Omni TV. Welcome back to Lakeshore. There's an old bread warehouse, now a Loblaws. Indeed it was, Brad. Well, hopefully we can do it again. Marie and Brad. I've got a gift card for that restaurant if I haven't used it yet. I'm sure you'll be in touch with Mark and maybe that can be arranged. But there's a very good chance I'll be using that gift card by then. As we go north up Bathurst. Greetings, Gurpreet. Alan can't wait to go back to Canada, eh? We're going to be cutting through the City Place neighborhood. Oh, there's an ambulance over there with its lights on, and we've got a police car here with its lights on, multiple. Oh no. There's an ambulance and 3 cop cars. Something tells me that's not purely medical. And there's a cop taking notes from someone over there. I'm not going to be too nosy. Let's just hope that no one was seriously hurt. Probably an assault or an accident. Although the word accident is kind of disingenuous. Colin Drone UK says, sorry I'm late, I never get the notifications. You can try clicking the bell on and off. You can even try unsubscribing on and off. But I hear that from a lot of people asking me questions, why don't I get notifications? I have no idea. YouTube does what it does. But make sure you have all notifications checked when you do click on the bell. Well, I noticed that too. There's some channels where I have that bell clicked and I don't get anything. Then I get notifications for channels that I don't even ask for the notifications. Organic nail bar, AM to PM Express Mart. Fort York, just over on the northwest corner. Still streaming with the Pocket 3, indeed. Still waiting for the Pocket 4 Pro and the Luna Ultra. There's the look. What used to be an amazing look with the CN Tower, but sadly that new City Place Tower is blocking. That used to be such an awesome vantage point. Now completely gone. The Bentway just over there. All right, let's go north at Bathurst a little bit. We started over the rail corridor and we're back. Get a better look at it in a moment. Because of the way everything's configured, a lot of trains get stored here throughout the day. There's a much greater frequency of trains during the morning and afternoon rush hour. So during the daytime, when they lower the frequency, they store a lot of the trains in this rail yard, waiting to deploy them for the afternoon rush hour. Let's look east. City Place, CN Tower off in the distance. The well blocking well, and a few other condos blocking the view of the financial district. Lisa says that pedestrian bridge there needs a paint job. It does. This is where John Tory wanted Rail Deck Park to be built. And had he have succeeded with that vision that he drew on a napkin, just like his transit plans, I personally would forgive him for his many years of being a milquetoast mayor, not raising property taxes, putting the current mayor in a very difficult position. But how cool would this be if they just put a lid over the tracks and made this one giant public park? Lidding is something that's done to freeways sometimes. All right, we are at front. They're stacked over there. Kaylee Isabird says Johnny for mayor. You don't want that. If I was mayor, the city of Toronto would be in a lot of trouble because the province would be cutting off all of its funding. Because I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut. But at least Dundas Square and Dundas Station would get their names back. Come in and explore 39 Niagara. As we go north up Bathurst Streets. All right, Niagara Street coming up. Booster Juice, Lisa says the office air conditioning is making you sleepy. This is Wellington Street West. Hey, there's an Equinox there. I did a tour of a fancy high-end gym under construction in the beaches. I'm going to go back once it's completed. But Equinox has quite the reputation as being one of those places. Is the video stuttering from time to time? That's probably the video. When you do wireless connections like this, there's often interference that causes that. How nice that street is. So if I walk by an area where there's a lot of Wi-Fi signals and that sort of thing, it can get a little jumpy. The NYC Walking Show streams with pretty much exactly the same setup as me, and he has the same issues. And we've talked about it. And it doesn't really impact viewer watch times. And the benefits of streaming this way just far outweigh the few negatives. Not carrying a giant heavy gimbal with a smartphone, drawing a bunch of attention to myself. It's just such a free experience. Jeanette says Equinox is too rich for her blood. You're looking at a guy who works out in his apartment, so I think I'm on that page with you. I have no idea why that lady just backed up. This is King Street West. Oh, sorry. I thought she was talking to me. She's probably on her AirPod or something. Here's where Maverick used to be. A brewery and bar that closed down. They were closed for a while and they reopened. It's closed for good. They've still got a lot of their equipment in there. Hello, Striders and Streakers. Who's streaking? You know what? Bathurst is kind of noisy and unpleasant. Let's go along Adelaide. Adelaide A, which makes a jog around that church right there. Mark says, hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm having a productive day. It's not even noon and I've done a video and a live stream already. Lisa says, I know what's close to Adelaide. Oh, a dirty alley with a bunch of shitty tags all over it. Is that what you're getting at? That's closer to Richmond. When I started the channel, I got for when things got a little more serious. The folks in this building at Tech Trendy hooked me up with an e-scooter. Remember coming here to pick it up? CN Tower looming. The Forget-Me-Not. I think Forget-Me-Not Cafe would be a better name than Forget-Me-Not Coffee. Should I go in and give my unsolicited opinion? Hey, we're on Portland Street. With all the Starbucks locations they've closed, it's interesting to see some of the ones they've hung on to. Portland Street traffic improvements and a bikeway installation, Queen to Front. Good shit. Oh, look, an alley full of graffiti. What is that? Hot girls get lonely too? At Socialite, we know making friends in the city can be hard, and we believe no girl should have to do city life alone. Something tells me that's going to attract a bunch of creepy dudes. Hot girls looking for friends? There's the waterworks. It's a nice food hall in there. Beautiful little park. Let's detour a little bit through this park. Because why not? Lisa says that the bar is low. No budgie flight. I would not be trying to meet people through a advert on a pole that clearly wasn't targeted towards me. Well, good to see you. Hope the move went well. Old hockey glove. As we get to Brant Street. Impact Kitchen, those have popped up everywhere. They are quite pricey though. Treasures for your well-being. IV drips. I think that's popular amongst the hangover crowd. Chit Chats. I've had deliveries from them, I think. Oxygen, yoga, and fitness. There's a whole lot of money to be made in those fields these days. Kind of that K-shaped economy, right? There's the people that can't afford all that extravagance, and then there's the people scraping to get by. Those in the middle being pushed in one direction or the other. That's quite apparent when you pay attention to the businesses popping up. As we get to Spadina. Well, I guess we're staying on Adelaide. Johnny, what coffee shops can you get points at with your Amex? Any coffee shop that accepts it. Some of the smaller, more bougie or hipstery cafes might be debit only. But in my experience, very few don't take Amex, even though it costs a little more for them than MasterCard or Visa. Amex gets away with it because they have fiercely loyal customers. If you're a business, you're almost crazy not to accept it. But that is the Cobalt card. It won't work with other Amex cards. You only get 1 or 2 times. Is this the kind of alley you were talking about, Lisa? Hi, Johnny. My daughter Skylar and son Caleb say hi, and they love your videos. Well, hello, Caleb and Skylar. Thank you for enjoying the videos. I swear I did not pay for her to leave that message. Lisa says it's not a bad alley. I think this is where Turbo Nightclub used to be. place I was dragged to a few times. I want to say about 22 years ago. What is this? Oh, that is neat. It's not a City of Toronto plaque, but they went ahead and did one anyways. The Alexander Engraving Company. There's a copper with the lights on up ahead. The ham. Hey, we've made it to Peter Street. Johnny Dance Moves. It's like the alleys where Rick Mercer used to do his rants. There's a giant red ball for Illuminato popping up at some places downtown. Yeah, I don't know how well Illuminato translates to walking videos, but to live streams, I guess it can make it kind of fun. Hey, John McGarry says coming back down on the 25th. Neat. It's at the Student Center from 12 on. Well, that does me no good with this timing. It's only 11:20. That's probably going to be wrapped up by then. What is going on here? Yesterday I was riding my bike at Queen's Park and Bloor Street, and the cops had the whole northwest corner of the intersection blocked off. I have no idea what that was all about. Lisa says it's literally just a giant red ball. Well, I won't feel so bad for missing it, I guess. Mark D asking, what's for lunch? I don't know. Jeanette sent a super chat to go towards lunch. It's only 11:20. I'm probably going to take the subway up to Midtown and figure that out. I had my usual breakfast smoothie and coffee before I left this morning. Lisa says, but it's there now. Not sure that's still worth going to see. It's a giant red ball, ladies and gentlemen. Matt's Burger Lab. Dublin Calling. There's a new one of those on Danforth, where the Ballyhoo used to be. Right, Estelle, take care. Oh, rip Croc Rock. Jeanette says Matt's Burger Lab is still around. I'm a fan. Man, think of all the years we could have had of Croc Rock. I don't even think they've torn this building down. They just put the hoarding up and then the project has stalled. Lisa's friend suggested going to the Danforth one. I'll have to try that out. I've been to a lot of the places in that area. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Apparently they still make that show. It's a streaming show now. Budgie Flight says a few fun times at Croc Rock in your 20s. Me as well. Also in my early 30s and mid 30s and kind of late 30s. I guess I'm the kind of creature that went to that place more often than I should probably admit. And we're at Simcoe.
Okay, let's go.
Quite the bicycle brigade. Well, she was rather confident with that. There's the private residences at the Shangri-La. Girl walking on the left almost ran into a girl with her head buried in the phone. I would call that a 50-50 accident if it happened. Both parties equally negligent. Chop Steakhouse. Never been recommended or suggested it. So I guess I'm going to keep going until we get to Yonge Street. And I'll take a northbound subway. We are in the financial district. This is York Street. We almost went to local last night.
I saw that.
Ooh, into the shade. All those people complaining that skyscrapers cast shadows. You can shove it. It's quite appreciated right now. Got this giant head. Aya 149. Thank you, Aya. Thank you so much. And John McGarry 20. Hi, Johnny Strides. This is SC for our oldest, who's about to graduate CAF basic training. Enjoy lunch, buddy. John McGarry, thank you so much for the 20 for lunch. Congrats to your oldest for graduating from CAF. And Aya, thank you as well. Cheers to you. Thank you again. There's the Toronto Stock Exchange, home to the TSX and TSXV. V standing for Ventures. Thanks again, John and Aya, as well as Jeanette earlier for your support, and Marg D, who dropped in with a keychain and a gift card to Queen's Harbor, a fantastic restaurant on Queen's Quay.
You wanted it to be in the P&U key. Right. I would go
That person, the little snippets of conversation you overhear. I cannot taste the matcha. I spent $12 for this matcha. I can't taste it. There's Cactus Club, which was also on that list of busiest restaurants in the city, along with Harbor 60. Congrats again, John. CAF, I believe that stands for Canadian Air Force. And if I was 17, 18, I think if I could do my life over again, and if I had to be in this climate I would probably want to be a pilot. I mean, that kind of aligns with what I would like to be doing. The Air Force is a very good way to get your experience and your training in. A lot of commercial airline pilots started off that way. And after COVID, that's actually a super high-paying job as well. And even if planes start, well, they pretty much do fly themselves, but even if AI fully takes over, you're still going to want to have a qualified pilot who can manually fly, as well as a co-pilot. And I think the A380s and the big long hauls on those actually have 3 pilots on a number of their flights. You're never going to fully trust being in a commercial airline to a fully autonomous pilot. Buses, trains, sure, but planes, no way. Armed Forces. Oh, Canadian Armed Forces. There we go. I had kind of the right idea. Still, congrats. Budgie Flight could see that from me. I probably would fail all the physics and math stuff, though. I mean, not just anyone can be a pilot. I think there's a lot of people who try and want to be, and they're just not cut out for it. There was a YouTuber like that. By all accounts, she was a lousy pilot, and she would record her flights. And unfortunately, she went up on a flight with her dad and crashed, and they both lost their lives. But a lot of sort of pilot channels, Pilot Debrief, put up videos on how she was absolutely not fit to be flying a plane. It's just not in the cards for some of us, no matter how hard we try. John says, you're a pilot? My aunt was a pilot. Budgie Flight, it was a famous case, actually. If you Googled it, you could probably find it. But she was definitely more concerned with the social media aspect than safely flying, and she got quite popular, and I think she had family money because she bought a plane that was way beyond her capabilities when she was still learning the ropes. Hey, what's this guy doing? Missed their turn, I guess. All of that just to do that. Now they're turning left on Young. All right, where are we going? South to King, north to Dundas Square. It's a nice day. I guess we'll go north here. I'm gonna get a drink in that area before I hop on the subway. Maybe an iced latte. Something a little filling but refreshing. John McGarry is more familiar with that story than me. She was a horrible pilot. Yeah, she was clearly in it for the YouTube fame. It also brought into question, I think, the instructors that cleared her for solo flying in that aircraft. But my aunt in her later years decided I want to get a pilot's license. And she did. And she got a little Cessna. She also got a real estate license. She was a very, very smart lady. The type of person who could just do whatever she wanted. With her noggin, of course. All right, we're at Queen Street. We're not going to quite get up to the big red ball, but we're going to get up to Dundas Square at least. Eaton Center on the left. Our W&Co on the left. Move into a new location within the Eaton Center. I always felt like this facade of the Eaton Center was a missed opportunity. They kind of gave it the fake retail high street look. But not many of these stores open up to Yonge Street, if any at all anymore. Some kind of walking tour of Toronto. They're stopping to look at the Elgin and Winter Garden. Someone complaining about the food delivery drivers. My opinion is if those big, heavy, fat-tired e-bikes do not belong in bike lanes, and I would say if you're driving them for commercial purposes, you should have a driver's license. I think that's a fair stipulation or line to draw in the sand. And I would also say that Uber Eats and DoorDash should be providing liability insurance for the people driving for them. They try to get off by calling them independent contractors, but they're literally encouraging them to cut all the corners possible and drive recklessly. Okay, thank you. I don't know what he was asking about, but The answer was at the light up this way. What a gorgeous day this is. Totally different vibe on Yonge Street during a weekday morning or early afternoon. Another tour group. Hey, John McGeary gifting 5 memberships. Let me just step into the shade here where I can read that. Right underneath the Italy. Battling a lot of sunlight right now. Oh, this does not smell very good in here. But John McGarry gifting memberships to Phantom Canuck, Sand, Azur Malik, Skippy House, and Limitless Destinations. Welcome aboard to membership to our 5 new members. And thank you so much, John, for gifting those memberships. Cheers to you. I hope you enjoy your next trip to Toronto. Well, it's starting to feel like summer. There's always a double-decker hop-on, hop-off tourist bus there. The fountains are flowing at Dundas Square.
It is turned as clay to seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the scourge of the depth? Have the gates of death been opened unto thee? Or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare it. Declare if thou knowest it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof?
I did not see that gentleman there, but there was a community officer and a public nurse tending to that gentleman. Hopefully,
You've been spelled to reject Jesus.
sorry,
100%.
I don't know what he said, but I said sorry. He said 100%. He said something about Jesus. Well, according to Lisa, there's a big red ball up here. We're only a block away. Might as well go see if we can see it. Maybe you guys heard what that guy said. I'm sorry, I'm not engaging in conversation about that. There's Banh Mi Boys in their new location. I had Banh Mi Boys the other day. Well, Lisa, I think I've spotted your big dumb red ball. Well, they really just shoved it in there, didn't they? This is for Luminato. Red Ball Toronto. The iconic red ball appears somewhere in the city. Each day it appears in a new location, wedged between buildings, perched on staircases, or tucked into alleyways, whether people follow the ball's journey or encounter it by chance. Each interaction is unique and special. This ball has been to more than 40 cities across 6 continents. Why do I have a feeling that it's not the same ball? That thing would be in rougher shape if it's been to 40 cities. There you go, folks. A big red ball. Is it worth going to see? In my humble opinion, no. But it might be worth glancing over at if you're in the intersection. Lisa's gonna go see it still. Well, hopefully they find some clever, playful places for it. It's a fun idea. I'll give that to them. I'm going to go back to the square. I'm going to pop into the Eaton Center. I'm going to get a drink from a cafe, I think. Hey, we're crossing over the 2-hour mark. How many steps am I up to today? Let me see. Only 15,500. That is it. Well, I guess it's not even noon yet. Budgie Flight says congrats on the 2-hour mark. Let me see my battery. Oh, I still have... I could go another hour, but I try not to drag these on too long. Hey, good job, Mr. Streetcar Driver. Sorry, Mrs. Streetcar Driver. Or Miss. Or Ms. I don't know what you go by, but you sure done fucked up pretty good. During a scramble crossing, too. Budgie Flight needs to go get a coffee.
Hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory.
I don't think I've seen that before. I don't want to zero in on the person in need, but there's a community officer with a public nurse tending to someone on the sidewalk. I think we could probably use a little more of that and a little less tackling cyclists. There's certainly a lot of need for that level of care. We're in Dundas Square. There's about 20 fountains or so. And as gaudy and tacky as this place is, It is also awesome at the same time. Lots of seats with umbrellas. But, rub-a-dub-dub, that is me wrapping this up. Okay, that made no sense. Hey, that streetcar is still stuck in the intersection. Look at this. Just holding up traffic in both directions. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this morning's live stream. Mods, Patreon supporters, channel members. You guys were awesome. Everyone who sent support as well. If you want to support what I do, there's links to Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button down below if you wish to say thanks that way as the horns start blasting. That streetcar really throwing a wrench into things. Anyways, thank you so much, and thank you again, John and Mark D and Jeanette and everyone else. Hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. I might go live again later today, and again, I might not. Anyways, thank you so much, guys.